Hi, my name is Pat Dobias, and I've been fortunate enough to work with Dale Dykema over the last 43 years. During that time, he's been a mentor, a friend, a golf buddy, and I've been fortunate enough to be the best man at his wedding. Dale is kind, reeks with integrity, and is a solid individual. Good luck, Dale.
Dale, congratulations on winning the Thomas A. Fuentes Award. You deserve it for all you've done for the party. We would never be in this position today to change America if it wasn't for you. Thank you, and God bless.
Dale, I can't thank you enough for your 40 years of support for the Republican Party of Orange County. But more than your support, it's your friendship and care for each one of us. Whether it was John Lewis at the fundraiser we first met at 25 years ago, or our friend Dan McNerney running for judge, or even the highest offices in the land, your support for the candidate is really about care for this person and our country. Thank you for being a friend to all of us. Thank you for being my friend, Dale.
When I think of Dale Dykema, I think of two words: kindness and friendship. Dale Dykema is the kindest man I know. He's soft-spoken and never says a negative word about anybody. Friendship: Dale Dykema has been a friend of the party. He's been my friend for 25 years. He's been there when you need him. Dale Dykema, a great patriot.
Dale, Ed Royce here. I just wanted to say to you, because of the enormity of your commitment, your support, whether it was the county or the state or the nation, whether it was our political party or it was charity, you have done it all. You have always been there, involved, engaged, helping. And so, thank you. It's a very deserving award. I want to congratulate you tonight.
Dale, thank you so much for all the hard work you've done for the cause and for supporting candidates like myself to help us be successful. Congratulations on this wonderful and well-deserved reward.
Hi Dale, this is Dana Rohrabacher. I am so pleased to be able to participate tonight in this tribute to you. Not only for what you've done for me, and I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you, and if you wouldn't have donated your son to me all these 30 years to run my office back in Washington, but what you've done for our country and our county. Dale, you have been one of the great Orange County Republicans, and for that I am so grateful. For that, all of us should be grateful. You are like the founding father of the Orange County Republicans, like our founding fathers in America. God bless you, Dale.
Mr. Dykema, congratulations on receiving the Tom Fuentes Award. I couldn't think of a more deserving person of this award. Once in a lifetime you meet someone who is not family but treats you like family. I want to thank you for being my #1 supporter, my mentor, and someone who is always there for me. This is the type of person you are: loving, caring, and always helping others. Again, congratulations, Mr. Dykema.
In 1979, you were finance chair for a 24-year-old kid running for Orange County State Assembly. In doing so, you bucked the Orange County Republican establishment and your brethren in the Orange County Lincoln Club. But without your help, I would not have won. And Ed Royce would not be in Congress today, and because of your help in the early 80s, Chris Cox and Dana Rohrabacher were elected as well. You changed the political landscape in Orange County. Congratulations, Dale.
Hi, Dale. It's so good that you're being honored. I can't think of anyone more fitting than you, seriously. You've been here for all of us in Orange County, for the party, for candidates, for propositions, initiatives. You're the guy who never says no. We all love to call you when we've got the fundraising job because you'll say yes to us. But tonight, at this time, let me add my congratulations and thanks for being there all the time and for being such a great friend to all of us. Thank you, Dale.
So Dale, I hope you can enjoy today. It really is an honor. Everybody here loves you, and we respect you so much. Thank you again for so much for everything that you've done and are continuing to do. Thank you, Dale, and it's an honor for me to be here.
Dale Dykema, as we fondly call him, the Godfather. Why do we call him the Godfather? because when we need to seek wise advice, we always call Dale. The minute I met him and the day I met him, Dale made it very clear how important Hispanics are to the GOP. And he has lived up to every single word that he said he was going to do to help the Hispanics and the GOP. And I want to say I am proud to call Dale my friend, my father, and the Godfather.
Dale, it's difficult for me to say in a few words what I could go on for quite some time about, but thank you for being such a great role model and such a great mentor to me. It's not difficult for me to say that I love another man, especially when there is not another word that can better convey the feelings I have for this remarkable role model.
Dale, congratulations on this richly deserved high honor. I love your singing of Silent Night at the Lincoln Club Christmas parties. Delightful. Congratulations.
Dale, what an American you are. We know you don't like personal tributes. You really belong on Mount Rushmore, but this is the absolute best we could do. Thanks for everything.
Gosh, Dale is the most amazing person I think I've ever met. His qualities are impeccable. He has integrity, compassion, kindness, and he has a great sense of humor. Dale has been my friend, my mentor, and I'm a better person for knowing him, and this world's a better place for having him. Love you, Dale.
Congratulations,
Dale!
America, America, may God thy gold refine till all success be nobleness and ever again divine. And you know, when I was in school, we used to sing it something like this. Listen here. Oh, beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podium to present the Thomas A. Fuentes Memorial Award for Lifetime Achievement for the Republican Party and the Conservative Cause, our Congressman Dana Rohrabacher.
Did I hear someone say that we were being too polite? Well, maybe I can do something about that. All right. Let me just suggest that all this tribute to Dale is so, I can't think of a better person to receive this Tom Fuentes award, but let's remember Tom Fuentes. Tom Fuentes, too, built an infrastructure for freedom, an infrastructure for the Republican Party here in Orange County. And Orange County became a linchpin in the fight for freedom and liberty throughout this country and thus throughout the world. So we have so much to be grateful to Tom Fuentes, who did so much, and Dale. I can't think of anyone who more deserves this award, the Tom Fuentes Memorial Award, than Dale Dykema. Now let me just note that when I came out, I left the White House and I was totally unknown. I, of course, was a speechwriter for the president for 7 years. And as a speechwriter, you're supposed to remain anonymous. And I did. I remained anonymous, and I became a special assistant to the president, but I remained anonymous. And so I came out here to run for Congress, and nobody knew who I was, and I had no money. All I had was 50 pictures of myself with Ronald Reagan, that's all, which was enough, except Tom Fuentes said, let me give you some advice. You're a patriot and everything. You're a freedom fighter, and there's another freedom fighter here named Dale Dykema, and you should meet Dale Dykema. And I will tell you right now, other than the people who I'd been politically involved with for many years before, and the very first donation that I got from a resident of Orange County who was a respected person in this county, the very first donation was from Dale Dykema. And that's what put me on the right path. In fact, I was still working at the White House, and Dale came to the executive dining room at the White House to have lunch with me, because I still had about a week left in the White House where I could do that. And he brought his son, Rick. Now, Rick Dykema is here with us tonight. Rick, could you come forward here? Where are you, Rick? Rick Dykema. Dale could not be with us. But Dale not only gave me that first campaign donation, he gave me his son, who has been my chief of staff from the day I was elected. So if any of you like any of the things I've been doing, here's the guy who deserves all the credit right here. And who deserves credit for him? But he had a father that taught him right. And he had a father that did wonderful things and taught all of us some things that were right. And I'm not going to, I mean, we've already heard the praise that counts here tonight, but Dale had left his mark on all of us and on our country. And Rick has been with me all of these years, 30 years now, and Dale has been active all of these years, and he's part of the Freedom Partnership, and all of you are part of that partnership. I'm going to just say one story here, and Reagan always, well, Dana, try to tell a little funny story, you know. But there's a story about a farmer, and he was in Kentucky. He was a very poor man. He had a house up on the hillside, and he always wanted some bottomland to have a farm, and he never could afford it. And finally he found a piece of land that was fertile land that was unclaimed that he could have his farm, and it was a riverbed. But it was a riverbed that was filled with big stones and boulders and tree stumps and brush up to your nose. And for a year he cleared that riverbed. He had the horses and pulling those rocks out and blew up the tree stumps, et cetera, and clearing the brush. He scratches all over his body, and then he planted his garden. He planted the seeds there. And when it began to bear fruit, he went to his minister and he said, Reverend, I've got to show you something. And this Reverend went out with him and said, now look at this, Reverend. Look at this garden. And the Reverend went, my goodness, I've never seen strawberries like that. Praise be to God. And the corn. Oh, what wonderful corn, God's gift to us. And he went through there and finally, this guy, thank God for that. Finally, the guy said, you know, Reverend, you should have seen this when God was doing it all by himself. Well, we all, as a believer, let me just say, we all need God's help. But God's waiting for us. God's going to help us, but he's not going to do it for us. And we need to make sure that we are courageous, and we are not, I hope we can be polite, but let me just say, when our new president went to Mecca and went into these places with all of these Sunni leaders and proclaimed to them, drive the terrorists out of your mosque. I have never been prouder of a president of the United States. So tonight, let us honor Dale, honor the fact that he has contributed so much to this party, but so much to his country. And Rick, I'm supposed to congratulate you for him, but this is the guy who tells me how to do it anyway. So we've got a certificate that Rick had delivered here from Washington. And a flag that Rick had delivered here from Washington that has flown over the Capitol. And and the Tom Fuentes Award. But one last thing, by the way. Dale Dykema was the very first, as I said, guy who contributed to my campaign, a campaign that everybody said I didn't have a chance of winning. But that's a man of principle. And we also had, before that race was over, Doy Henley and Buck Johns came over and helped me out at exactly the right moment. And they're here tonight too, and I want to thank them for their help and for all of us. So, with this, so Rick, would you please give this to your father from me, as well as this? Thank you. You want to say something for your dad? Say something for your dad.
Yes. Thank you. On behalf of my father, he very much wanted to be here tonight. He is in the hospital today. Some of you may know that 5 years ago he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He was been fighting that ever since. He's been very active, as the slideshows showed. He continued to have his business and run his business until last year. He's been a world traveler. We have a trip planned to Europe together in 2 weeks. I hope he can make. You know, with cancer, you have often better times and worse times, and he is in the hospital. I visited him twice today. Also want to mention that along with me showing how much he wanted his family to participate in this day before with us, I have my brother Dean Dykema, my sister Dawn Farrell, and her daughter Michelle Farrell. And thank you for welcoming them. Anyway, when my dad gets this and when he gets this video presentation, he'll be very happy that you all care. And I will release my few moments of fame as congressional staffers, just like presidential speechwriters, are supposed to be anonymous.
Thank you. Stay there, just Dana, stay just for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, could we have our Senate Republican leader, Patricia Bates, and Senator John Moorlach come forward for the legislative proclamation. And then I'd like to have all of our congressional members, state senators, and state assembly members, Dale has affected you in one way or another, come forward so that we can have a picture that we can send to Dale.
It is a real honor to say thanks to Dale Dykema and to congratulate him. He went to Calvin College, which pretty much means he's Dutch. So as someone who was born in the Netherlands, I'm really proud of Dale Dykema. We got at least a Dutch caucus here in Orange County. And, and we're really glad it's Orange County, which is another thing. But with that, Pat Bates is our leader this year. She's doing a super job with our caucus, and I want to thank her. And she's got Janet Wynn next to her side all the time. They're always working together really hard. So we're making some impact. So I'm real proud of the job you two are doing. But Rick, your dad's wonderful. I like to call him Dad, and we want to give this proclamation to you so you can give it to him. So thank you very much.
I want to assure you all, and certainly take this message to your dad, that we're not being courteous. We're being courageous on the floor of the Senate. Thanks to Janet, and the other day I had to do point of order on the Senate Pro Tem who was making a campaign speech for the individual, the gentleman we're trying to recall. So we've got the fight, and we're going to do it for guys like Dale, who frankly an icon, not just in the industry that he is a member of, but across the board in philanthropy and service to his community, in government and policy. He set the bar for all of us. So we're not going to let him down. We're going to take the Senate back. We're going to take the Assembly back. We're doing it for Dale.